Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today it's going to be a match between Zoun and Balai here on Pillars of Gold. Bottom left-hand corner, Balai. Top right-hand corner, Zoun. Did I say Zoun first? I meant Zoun. That is actually how you say it. I had a member of his clan show up. I was casting him for africatv.com/laughingames. And it is Zoun, named after a Chinese emperor. All right, so a ZVP here for you on Pillars of Gold for your Sunday cast. What is this, Balai? Balai is a Ukrainian player. Zoun is Korean. Is that some kind of a take on the Doge? I kind of feel like it is. Anyway, I like Balai. He is a cheesy Zerg, and I appreciate that. But, yeah, it's going to be 16, 18, 17 here. Probe blocking the natural expansion. And Balai says, I'll just take my third first. That's okay, man. That is okay. Every time a probe blocks a natural for a Zerg, and they take their third, I can just hear the resignation in their voice when I say, all right, I'll take the third. Alright, what are we up to here today? Nothing nuts, honestly. One can expand. Can expand a Hruni. On the other side, Overlord. Just here. Just hanging out. Got my taxes done today. That was a good experience. I'm also trying to refinance my home at the same time. It's been a little bit crazy financially recently, but things are good. Thanks to everybody who subscribes to the channel, watches my stuff. The channel's growing, and I really appreciate that. You know, it's just nice. Every little bit helps. If you haven't hit that like button, haven't hit that subscribe, do so. Just helps the algorithm know who I am, gets my stuff recommended to more people, and I always think more StarCraft is good StarCraft, right? I've been doing StarCraft 2 casting for almost 6 years now, guys. Almost 6 years. Coming up in just a couple days, which... time flies when you're having fun. I will tell you this, if I didn't enjoy casting StarCraft 2, I would have stopped a long time ago. I enjoy it, though. It's always very fun. It's very fun. Single adept on the way for scouting to see, is there a Rotorn? Is there a lair? Did we take workers off gas? These are important things to check for this adept. And so she's going to shade on out. Hang on. She'll catch up to that shade. The camera follow. Oh, you canceled it. Interesting. Just checking to see if there are any lings out there, I guess. And didn't see anything and then decided to hang out anyway. Interesting choice. It is a Stargate opening from Zoun. So are we going to see a 2 Stargate opening, which again, really hard for Zerg to deal with, right? You go 2 Stargate, toss in a third base, you got a Void Ray. It's really difficult for Zerg to kill your third base, even if it's fairly undefended by anything except for a Void Ray, unless they commit a lot of stuff to it, and they don't really necessarily want to do that for the most part. I don't know, maybe Bly does. Maybe Bly's one of those players that will see a vulnerability and be willing to invest in killing it. I don't think that would be a terrible choice, but look, it is a Void Ray. Behold! The Void Rays have come. I mean, we all know how much everybody loves Void Rays. My goodness. Alright, well, depth moving in. Okay, 2 drones down, 3 drones down, 4 drones down. I'm liking this from Zoun quite a bit. I will tell you, Zoun has taken games off of stats recently, so he is at the level of StarCraft, to where you can take down a legend-like stats. Okay, so that drone turns itself into a spore before it dies. But 5 drones down is a good number. I think 5 drones down for 2 adepts is right on that line of what I think that should be. It seems fine. Just going to let the spore finish because he's going to need it. Because he knows it's either oracles or void rays, and having a spore is going to help quite a bit. Meanwhile, Ling run by attempt. No! Shut down. Very harshly. Yes, now it's shut down. All right. So one adept dies, but all the Lings need to get out of there or they are also going to die. It is a second Stargate after all. All right, man. Third base timing. These Lings are like, we're gonna stop your third base timing. Oh, it's up here, though. Look at this. 433rd. And there's not a lot the Zerg player can do about this. Oracle, well, there is an Oracle, though, after the first Void Ray. We'll do it. We don't have much cause for Oracle names on the channel recently, so this is Leslie Nope. After achieving her dream of becoming president, she decided to create the first Parks and Rec department in space. It's really too bad there aren't many parks in space. That's fair. Do 2 more Void Rays at a time. We're doing the Voids. The thing about Void Rays is they're good at defense. They're good at offense. If you place your spawning pool in a location where it's easy for Void Rays to snipe it, you are a fool. Like, placing it here would be dumb. Placing it, like, here would be dumb, obviously. But, nah, it's in a good place. And let's see, nope. Does escape with 3 kills to her name thus far. Lair coming in from Bly. I like the spawning pool position. So, basically, this is what Bly is doing what I would do against someone that was trying to go Mass Void Ray, at least early, is just go for a ton of Lings. And be like, hey, Void Rays, you can't kill my Lings fast enough to save your stuff. Shield Battery sniped is pretty good. Obviously, the 3rd base didn't die, but a Shield Battery kill is not too shabby. Not going to complain about that. Shield Batteries, the fewer of them, the better for Zerg. And so, that is... It's good. It's very good at this point. For Bly. He really needs a 4th, though. Does he have the resources for it? Yeah, barely. This Ling Harass is great, honestly. I'm not going to complain about it at all. He's taken down 4 probes. 5 probes go down. None of the Lings survive, but hey, that is 8 drones killed and 5 drones killed here in the first 6 minutes. Look how fast they are, even without Flux Veins. Wah, wah, wah. This is me whining about stuff. What? What? Alright, well, here's the thing about Void Rays, is they can dart in, and if there's defense, they'll get out there fast, right? See? You get out fast. You can't kill them. You can't kill them. You can't chase them down and kill them at all, under any circumstances. Hydras can't catch them. Even if they have the speed upgrade, especially off creep, they can't keep up. So the Void Rays don't have to die. At least until they start bringing out stuff like Parasitic Bomb and Mutalisks. Right, and Corruptors, too, because Corruptors will hit them. If they try to Prismatic align the Corruptors, they'll slow down immensely. And therefore, they can get caught in that situation. So, but until that point, it's just impossible to kill these things unless the Protoss is careless with them. Which sometimes happens, not so much at the higher levels. And there we go. 1 Void Ray down, 2 Void Rays down. Little careless, little too deep on creep there, Zoun. Alright, so there we go. The carelessness has popped up for our Protoss player. 3rd base, very well situated. Where's your 4th? Bly? Bly's like, I'm just going to try... I mean, this is not German Taxi, but this is slow-walking Queens up here to try to win the day. Oh, Disruptor! Catching 2 Hydralisks. That's massive. That was like 30% of the Hydra force right there. That Void Ray would be dead except for that Disruptor, man. Would be... Couple more Hydras die. I don't like this from Bly. I really don't. He has wandered his Queens up. The German Taxi is when you get Drop Lords and drop your Queens over here to try to stop this. This is straight up walking them. Okay, well, Disrupt. You know what? That's actually brilliant. Going into Disruptor after your Void Rays is so good. They can deal with the Queens so much easily than almost anything else can here. The Hydra's doing some work. I'm not going to say the Hydras are not doing some work here, but not enough work. Not with Adepts in here providing bonus damage versus light, which the Hydras are. Not with Disruptors. Bly's in trouble. He didn't take a 4th base. He went for the kill. Did not work out for him. I can't tell you how many times I have seen that not work out for Zerg players. Trying to kill the Protoss when they've got this whole Void Ray battery defense on 3 bases thing is hard. 3rd base here from Bly coming up. It is going to be a Fleet Beacon from Zoun. Resources lost at this point, 4,900 for the Zerg and 2,200 for Zoun. That's crazy. Income virtually even, which is bad for the Zerg. They need to have more income, especially at 10 minutes to be viable here. A lot of Hydras. Excuse me. Knocking down the rocks for additional defense paths here. Not really attack paths, but defense paths for sure. Whew. Hit that like button if you're enjoying this so far. I really feel like Zoun has a pretty decent advantage. He's got more workers. His army's a little bit smaller, but he's pretty happily on 3 bases, and Bly's 4th base is not near done yet. So the advantage is just continuing to grow here for the Protoss. Is he going to go carriers is the question. Is it just Flux Veins? What are we doing with the Fleet Beacon? Zoun. Nothing yet for some reason. He's actually getting ground weapons as well as air weapons, which is nice. Creep Tumor, that'd be a good one to snipe, but he's really maybe a little bit too cautious here. 4th base, we're going to drone that sucker up fast. Yeah, 11 drones on the way instantly. It's how Zerg rolls. They have to know when they can drone and when they need to be making army. Oh, that's a free Creep Tumor if you want it. And they do. Charge is now done. Zealots running for their zealoty lives here. Leslie, nope, alive because the Hydras didn't chase too far. Expanding bottom right here is Bly. Okay, well, I like this from Bly. If you're gonna go for a 3-base attack that doesn't do a whole lot, double expand basically, and that's kind of what he did. This has been on its way for a while. Jones taking his 4th base, shield battery, cannon, disruptor. I like the disruptor play here. I really do. If there's queens, disruptors will handle them, especially if they're off creep, which really shouldn't be the case for the most part for Zergs because, well, they're defensive units and being on creep is kind of their whole deal. So creep spread is connecting all 5 of these bases for Bly right now. He is making 28 lings and 3 infestors. Fungal, not bad against Void Rays. Neural Parasite, not bad against Void Rays or Disruptors, honestly. Or Archons, I guess. Banelings. Wow, what a sneak attack. Nope. I guess we'll take down 2 cannons. It's not the most cost-efficient play, but hey. And it is carriers. Okay, so Storm on the way. This is Zoun just getting that incredibly hard to deal with late-game Protoss comp of Void Ray Carrier, High Templar with Storm, and I would say Immortals, but Disruptors seem to be fitting the bill here today instead of the Immortals, which, cool. It works. It fills the same thing, I think. The same purpose. It's usually to deal with things like Roaches and Ravagers is what the Immortals are for, but Disruptors do pretty good with that. Assuming the splits are not godlike from the Zerg, which, I don't know. I don't know if they necessarily always are. Banelings do get into this 4th, but maybe 1 probe died. Maybe 1 probe died, but it did pull the entire army of Zoun back, so we'll take that. Honestly, Zerg players, if you want to stay, or Zerg say to Protoss, if you want to stay on your side of the map forever, I'm okay with that. Not going to complain. Storm is almost done, and this is really, really problematic for the Zerg right now. I mean, it's just, it's hard to break this. Hydras are not going to be the answer. They're just not. Bly's 5th base doesn't have any workers at it, which is just as well, although there are 19 drones in production. Because this little small group of gateway units is going to take it down. Meanwhile, the Zealots on the left side of the map going after this 6th base attempt by Bly. They can't take it down in time, but they're definitely injuring it. That is without question. That is an injured hatch. This one's dead. So Bly had to choose which of his babies he wanted to save and decided to choose the one on the left side instead of this 5th base in the bottom right. Yeah, I think Zoun is just kind of outstripping Bly here today. I like how the queens just kind of wander past that engagement because they know the Hydras are coming. I'm going to spread our creep back around this way. Getting surprised over here sucks. Don't like that one at all. Zoun is pretty happy to sit back and max out. He's effectively maxed out, so is Bly. The problem is, I don't like the 25 Hydras here. I don't. The carriers are pretty good in this situation. The Storm is going to be insanely good against the Hydras. It is 8 Corruptors now, though, so I like that much better. Let's do that. Hydra's just not getting their value. No, I wonder if that was a bit of throwing away your Hydras to free up supply for Corruptors. Although that Void Ray count is heavy. I don't know. Neural Parasite, a couple of the Void Rays, try to burn down the carriers with prismatic alignment. What are your Neural Parasite targets? Although I'm saying that as though Neural Parasite has been researched and it has not. So never mind. Fungals, I guess. I mean, what else? Ooh, hang on. Microbial Shroud is making a bit of an entrance. I would say a comeback, but it's never been great. But we have seen some Zerg players recently incorporate Microbial Shroud into their strategies, and I'm going to say it's worked. Is what I'm going to say. Greater Spire coming in here from Bly. Yeah, I do like that. I don't think these Corruptors can engage with this. This is too many Void Rays. It's a Void Ray heavy comp for sure. Oh, that Storm took 40% of the health off those Corruptors. Okay. I mean, as it should. Storm hits like a truck, and not Nothing Zerg is really immune to it. Ultralisks, to some extent, don't really care about Storm too much. Obviously, since it ignores armor, it hurts, but the health pool of Ultras is just so big. Shadow Stride on the way here from Zoun. Resources lost, 4,800 to 8,300. Since that early advantage that Bly has, it hasn't gone super poorly for Bly. Or rather, yeah, for Bly. It's just the floating, man. All right, so these Hydras are saying we're not going to be of super use. This is probably a recall, if I had to guess. He doesn't want the space to die. Do we think it is? No! Zoun's going for it. He's like, you know what? You have this fourth, whatever base it is. I'm just going to kill you on the other side of the map here. So you don't have those Hydralisks. Cool. You're a little bit weak. Let's kill your creep tumors. Let's just burn down one of your hatches very, very quickly. Oh my gosh. The DTs warped in and defended the base. Oh no, Bly. Bly. Zoun is very meticulously kind of pulling you apart here. The Banelings, they do not want to try to kill that Nexus, do they? I don't think they do. No, just additional probes, but God, I can't even one-shot them. They don't have the +2 attack. All right, well, the Broodlords are here. Try to kill this Disruptor. Some Lings roll in. Nice pullback from Bly there. Bottom right base under attack from DTs. Shadow Stride almost done. But this is a nice comp. I like this. Corruptor, Broodlord, Baneling, Infestor. It might have what it takes. This bottom base is going to die again. For the second time today, this hatch is going down. That said, look at this creep spread. It's getting cleared out, but it's all the way up on top of Zoun's 12 o'clock base here. That's nuts. We're actually getting tectonic... Oh, what's the upgrade called? Tectonic disturbances or something. That increases the damage for Tempest to buildings. He feels like we're getting into super late game. Oh, I forgot to mention, this is a Wardy match. Man, I usually try to say that at the beginning, but this is a Wardy match. This is a game that he cast as part of one of the tournaments that he put together. So if you don't know who Wardy is, check him out. There are links in the description. He's got a lot of passion for StarCraft. He puts together some amazing tournaments with great, great players, and he's good enough to share out his replays to Twitch subs anyway, and that's what I am. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that Baneling hit. Slow and steady, man. Wins the race. Zoun looking fantastic. 17,000 resources to 9,000 resources. I'll let you guess who has the bigger number if you're just listening. But 36 drones have died. 4 hatcheries have been killed. Tectonic destabilizers. Is that what I said? I said something like that. Hey, look, there's changelings. Never mind, all the changelings are dead. So it gives... It's kind of misleading. It gives the Tempest orange attacks against ground everything, but it only does bonus damage against buildings now. That's the only thing the upgrade does. The Vipers may be going for some abducts. Okay, all right. Abducting a single Tempest in. Oh, but losing all 3 Infestors as a result. Nice feedbacks from Zoun. Brutal stuff. Zoun taking the top left. I'm so excited. I'm falling into the old pronunciation that is wrong. It's Zoun. All right, well, this hatch is dead just because it's already been super injured. Yep. That's the one the Zealots were chomping on earlier. Broodlings raining down on top of these Archons. They're just running for it. The Void Rays are gonna... Oh, my gosh. The Void Ray Storm combo. Good dodging. Pretty good dodging there. Parasitic Bomb on the Void Rays. They're not splitting. There we go. They're now splitting, but they're a lot more injured than they were before. Bly... accomplishing a little bit here. I mean, would love for having him take his bottom right-hand base. Zoun having this top left is amazing. The changelings hanging out, you know, just chatting up at the water cooler. How's it going? The space getting replanted is definitely something. Ling's trying to run into this base, but shield battery overcharge is insanely good. So 1 shield battery dies, and that's it, man. These Lings are toast. Income tab, hugely favoring Zoun. Are we surprised by that? No. Not by what we've seen here today at all. If any Nexuses died, not a single Nexus has gone down. Only 19 probes have been killed. I really feel like Zoun is maybe giving Bly a bit of time to get back on his feet. He's letting him retake the bottom right and this left side base. This hatchery is back at the 6 o'clock too. But it's 72 to 63 workers, which is never good. And Zoun, he's just doing the sky toss thing. We just kind of float around, find angles, find places where the Zerg army is not engaging, and then when the Zerg army shows up, just bailing. Like, who says that Protoss is too slow? If you know what you're doing with Protoss, you can seem pretty zippy. 20 drones die. Woo-hoo-hoo! DT finally gets wiped out after almost taking down another hatchery today. Yeah, I like Bly. I do. But I kind of feel like Zoun has just played a really, really good patient game here today. He's just kind of floating back and forth between, you know, setting up defensively, killing creep tumors, and then sniping bases. DTs take down another hatchery, and then the army's like, well, if you're going to respond to that, we're going to just jump in here, and all the Broodlords are a little bit exposed, but Bly does bring his faster units back to try to protect them, and protect them he does. So I guess one Broodlord dies. Fungal on the High Templar is okay. Fungal on the Disruptors is fine too. I mean, it's... How many creep tumors have died today? The answer is 112. Wow. Cent douze, I believe, is the French translation for that. 3 more Broodlords on the way, but I mean, Zoun's taking up that lower base in the top left too. This is not... What I like about this from Zoun is that he's not just A-moving into Zerg territory, right? He's picking at the edges, at the periphery. He doesn't want to be deep into the creep with this composition. He's worried about getting surrounded. But by killing creep tumors at the edges, he left some of these changelings alive. Just kidding, they're all dead now. See, another fungal, I just don't... Doesn't do enough damage. The High Templar, I don't think, care all that much. Yeah, a bit of a whiff on that fungal. This has been... I don't know. Is Bly desperate enough to put a hold here? A final hold here in the bottom right-hand corner. Alright, bottom right-hand base gone. This is just feeling bad for Bly. It's feeling so bad. Zoun not quite surrounded by creep here, but being as careful, you know, careful as he needs to, considering he's up 196 to 181 supply. Spines melting, changelings trying to wander into this army too. At some... Oh, 16 more drones have gone down. Yeah, I mean, Bly's at 33 drones. This is just... This has been a Protoss player picking a Zerg player to pieces. Just bit by bit here. That's all it's been. It's been extremely impressive out of Zoun. If you want to beat a Zerg player as Protoss, this is the recipe, man. I don't think the fungals are the play. I think neural parasites were the play. Although, you know, taking down a disruptor is pretty good. The feedbacks again. Okay, all right. Parasitic bomb. Taking down those void rays, and now Zoun has to leave. Ooh, lose a couple carriers in the process. All right. Resources lost. Not that one. This one, 31,000 to 17,000. Still not great, but he did force the army back. But after how much damage is the question? Bottom right base died. Base below it died. Way more drones went down. 70 drones. 75 drones have gone down here today. He's oversaturating this base. He needs to send some over this way. It can be hard to balance your workers on different bases, though. But we're replacing the Void Rays that died there to the really nice Parasitic Bomb. That was exceptionally done, or well done by Bly. More Infestors on the way. How many Infestors have died? Only 5. Okay, got 4, making 4 more. Probes actually getting sacked to free up supply for Zoun to make more Skytoss stuff. I like it. He's got 3 on his Skytoss, along with +3 ground attack. He's working on +2 ground armor. He's taken every base that's available to him. If he takes this bottom right base, that will be the sign that this game is over. Bly replacing a couple of his drones here, but not really spending a ton of resources on it. He's, you know, working on upgrades for his own air units. He's got 2s, he's got 1s, no 3s yet, which is not ideal. The upgrade advantage is definitely favoring Zoun here. Yeah. Another Broodlord sniped from distance. Okay, Observer killed. Minor victory, and once again, he's spread the creep up this way to, you know, buy himself some time. Zoun recognizing you'll clear the tumors and you head on back. That's what it's all about. Income has just been favoring Zoun immensely over these last 10 minutes. Really started about 10 minutes ago, and it's just gotten worse since then. Again, if you're using the fungal to try to slow things down so the Broodlords can hit them, that worked better when fungal used to root units, Bly. Couple more probes die, again, entirely according to plan here from Zoun. Creep tumors getting wiped out. Just keeping this creep as close to Zerg base headquarters as possible. Ooh, sniping an extractor. Almost taking down 2 spines there, too. Carrier's not actually a big part of this, but man, there are enough Tempests to basically, maybe not one-shot a Broodlord, but if one has been injured, nice Parasitic Bomb again in there. Corruptors trying to dance in. Parasitic Bomb tossed in again, but already in splitting mode here is Zoun. So that second one does not do nearly as much. But oh my gosh, look at how injured that Protoss army is over there. If Bly can beat this army and push up and kill these 2 bases, he's in a much better position. But I think that's what he needs to do. Look at this. Zoun trying to expand down here. Nope. Yeah, DT's blinking out. Nice reaction time from Zoun, actually. That was pretty good. Pretty good. Resources lost, 37,000 to 19,000. Hey! Abducting the Tempest into the ball here, fungling them, trying to focus them down with Corruptors, and geez, the storms just come in hot and heavy. The Void Rays are on prismatic alignment. The Corruptors can't engage. The Broodlords have to get out of there. It is a final stand here from Bly. This hatch is dead, I think, if any attention is paid to it at all. But you know what? I think maybe Zoun's army is interested in other stuff. Broodlords taking down these Archons. But look at the bank. 16,000 and 4,000. Even if you wipe out this army, which Zoun is doing, or which Bly is doing, Zoun has the ability to rebuild. He's warping in 13 Stalkers at the same time. Bam. They're here. 4 Void Rays coming in as well. 157 to 125 supply. This base, like, cough on it, and it will fall over. Yeah, I mean, like I said, Bly needed to wipe out the army and kill these 2 bases. He wiped out the army, sure, but look at this production tab. Zoun has so much going for him by way of available bank that it just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, every drone that dies here is just another knife to the absolute heart of Bly. He needs these to live. And then once you respond to that, you just snipe the base on the left side. 12 more drones go down. This hatch is going to go down. I mean, it's dead, but it doesn't really matter. Probes again here just to free up supply to make more stuff. How many hatches have died today? 10. I think once you kill 10 hatches, if you're Terran or if you're Zerg, if you're Terran, if you're Zerg, if you're Protoss, you've probably won the game. 10 hatches killed is a lot of production, and it's a lot of everything. And it's just the income potential here too is nuts. So this is just honestly slow death for Bly at this stage. I'm trying to see a path forward for this dude. But Zoun took his side of the map, Bly took his side of the map. And if you do that as a Zerg player, you're going to lose. You need to take additional bases that belong technically to the other side and the other player, because you're not going to be as cost efficient during your attacks. These Stalkers do have 3-2, working on that 3 armor. They have Blink. They do. Excellent. Ooh, that was a bit of a early Blink. They're going to try to take down the Greater Spire, and I think they actually will. But they're also all very dead. Surprisingly tanky, though. I mean, I guess the Lings don't have +3 attack. They do have Adrenal Glands, though. That's nice. All right, so Zoun's back up to full health and full strength. Bly is still sitting at 126 supply. Not great. So Zoun recognizes this is basically the one source of income that the Zerg player has right now. If he loses this, he's going to tap out. I don't know if he can save it. The Broodlords are fine. But then the Tempests come forward. The micro on display here is pretty good out of Zoun. Like, if the Broodlords come forward, the Tempests show up. Spores, not really a problem anymore. Not with the tectonic destabilizers. There's some abject chaos, but the Corruptors are not even really attacking anything other than Interceptors, and Zoun comes out on top in 31 minutes and 25 seconds. Well done. Well done, Zoun, taking down the Bly here today. That was a pretty excellent game, I feel like. Hope you appreciated it. All right, so 57,000 resources lost to 36,000 resources lost. Man, that gap just kept widening, didn't it? And if this is your income advantage, and Zerg did not have an advantage for the last 10 minutes, you know how the game went. All right, so 46 probes died, but I think about 20 or 25 of those were intentional. 5 carriers died, 17 void rays, no nexuses compared to 10 hatcheries. 10 hatcheries went down, 25 Broodlords, 33 Corruptors, 161 Creep Tumors, 91 Workers, 13 Queens, and 2 Baneling Nests. 2 Baneling Nests died. I didn't realize that. Very nice. Very, very nice stuff. All right, so the GG goes to the Korean Protoss. He gets that win. The boss that he is, he was on top of it. And that right there is going to be it from me. I mean, if you're a Protoss struggling against late game Zerg, I think this is your indication, right? I mean, this is what we're looking for, is this strategy here that Zoun has been going with. Patient, it takes time. No, you're not just going to be able to A-move into the Zerg and beat them. But that was great. That was a fantastically well-played game. All right, cool. So that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.